Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. And I want to tell you that just a heads up, we have a full moon coming in the next couple days, which is in Aries. Full moon emptying out. We know that Aries has a lot of fire and movement and a lot of energy to clean things out. So you can use this time. Remember, full bladder, full moon, you can use this time as a way to empty everything out. Look at what needs to change. For many of you, you're still cleaning out your houses and clutter because it's not a one-time job, right? That's what I found out. You go back, you do it again, you're willing to let go of a little bit more. This is a good time for that. And to get really focused on what you do want to get ready to create. Because this is, oh, sorry, my crystal dropped and I felt like a bug was crawling on me. Yeah, so this is a good time. Full moon, what do you want to release? What do you want to let go of? Great time. And a plug-in for my full moon and new moon classes that I'm doing on Zoom as a way to do a little meditation. And they're short. They're like an hour and 15. So to do a little meditation, talk about what it means in that particular zodiac sign, and to do a little ritual with me. Like I said before, you get a email if you sign up that tells you what to have ready so you could do the ritual with me. And then we do a little journaling on some journal prompts. So the good thing is, you can come when you can make it. It's not a sign-up thing forever and always. You come when it works for you. And I know also whenever there's a group of people, it works better. You have more going on. All right, so Sword of Light Oracle, Archangel Michael. Michael, what do you want to tell the group today, Michael? Have no fear. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. Look at the power on that card. And we know that that particular sword is the sword of truth. And that's what it reminds me of. That fear comes from not being in your truth or not knowing the truth. But once you know the truth, everything can move. All right. Life can be very scary. Sometimes you may fear a situation that's right before you because people are often terrified of the unknown. This can create an energetic connection to the very thing we're afraid of. That's where my sword of light can help. If you ask, I can never sever these connections with a wave. I can sever those connections with a wave of my sword. What's important to remember is that you are never ever alone. Not even for a second. Your guardian angels and master teachers are with you every moment of the day in your life. Likewise, I'm also with you at every moment you wish me to be. All you have to do is ask. Some people think of me as a warrior archangel, but the only war I'm engaged in is the one I'm lighting alongside of you. The war against your ego. Wow, that's a statement. You don't have to be afraid. Take a moment to breathe through your fears. Consider meditation or walks in nature to calm you. Know deep in your heart that you are loved and protected and that your choices are being angelically guarded. It's time to leave fear behind and live your fullest, very best life. I like that. So if you get a little wave of fear that comes up this week, I always look at what's the worst that can happen. And then I look again, what's the worst thing? Okay, then that happens. Then what? And so almost like when you give it energy in that way, then you're able to move beyond it. It's like, okay, I'll deal with it. I'll figure it out. Because what comes is not being prepared. What if this happens? What will I do? The universe has your back. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So what the heck? Are we going to get hit with some fear this week? Well, we know what to do, right? Ask for help, surrender it. And I like that first line, I witness the darkness. Because everything has to have a polarity, light and dark, right? Satan and Michael. You have to have that. All right. Moonology cards. New moon in Capricorn. Remember we had that in one of the recent weeks? Your hard work is paying off. Well, there it is again. I'm not going to read it because it's very self-explanatory. I read it before. And that's what this is saying. If you do your work, you keep climbing, you get to where you want to be. New moon is new beginnings, giving yourself a fresh start. So if you've been somebody who's been putting something off or you didn't like the way you were doing something, this is going to get you moving up the mountain again. And Divine Dog Wisdom cards. Gerard got me these. I love them. Look at that. All right, I'm going to use this. It hopped out. Vulnerability. The strength to show yourself. And the dog is on its back. Like, scratch my belly, please. We don't like being vulnerable. Most people don't, because you associate that with hurt. All right, what it means if you fetch this card today. If you fetch this card, it means you're either already feeling vulnerable and licking wounds or needing to explore vulnerability, an asset for accessing more abundant energy and better relations. Though vulnerability has been thought to be the opposite of strength, vulnerability itself can be strength when you decide to make yourself more genuinely available to those in your pack who care about you and your well-being. Letting them know how you're feeling and what you might be needing empowers them to give what they can and want to give you. This allows them to fulfill their need to give and serve. Sometimes protection is necessary when one is being attacked or violently confronted in some way. Yet over self-protectiveness can make one lonely. And it can take a lot of energy to maintain bravado when you're not really even confident of courageous, but feel that you used to be on the mask. What does that mean, to be on the mask? I guess masking yourself. Bullies and bad dogs snap or strike out to hide their own vulnerabilities or fear of being attacked. So true. I used to have a dog that would growl and lift her lip because she was afraid. For that reason, often their bark is worse than their bite. When you don't try to hide your emotions or what some might regard as your weaknesses, you let others know that they too don't need to hide. They can be real, and that can generate less defensiveness in a conversation excuse me, or interaction, and more goodwill for all to lap up. If you're licking your wounds from a real or perceived affront to life, limb, or ego, you may want to take stock of what really happened. Did you attract an attacker by being vulnerable? Did you put your best paw forward, hoping for a different response than you received, and then feel vulnerable when the outcome was different than expected? What's important here is the learning about when, whom, and how to show vulnerability to in a way that it serves you and others. Being vulnerable is part of being all of who you are, no matter whose fur is up or down. Darling. So, remember, watch for the fear and just let it go. Shine the light on the fear. You can always do prayers or whatever, and it will raise your vibration or gratitude in the moment. And know when to play and when to work and when to let your belly show. We love that with our dogs, don't we? When we can rub their belly when they're like this or their legs going like this. Anyways, sorry, got sidetracked. Have a great week.